What does having no credit mean? If you have no credit, it means you don't have the credit history needed to generate a credit score. It does not mean that your credit score is zero. You can end up with no credit in a few ways. Age is usually the main factor, but others come into play as well. We all start somewhere, says Jeff Richardson, Senior Vice President, Marketing and Communications for Vantage Score Solutions, developer of the Vantage Score credit scoring model. A person with no credit could be someone who is just turning 18 and entering the workforce or just getting out of college. It could also be someone who is just immigrating into the United States. If your credit cards are inactive for 6 months or longer and your auto and home loans are paid, you could end up with no credit history. Also, some people have no score because they don't use traditional credit products. People who have moved to the US recently may have no credit. This can happen to immigrants who are new to the country, or to expatriates coming home after living abroad for several months or longer. Even if you have a credit history in another country, that doesn't translate to a credit score in the US. That requires US credit activity. Still, a multinational bank may be willing to transfer your account activity stateside. What should I know about getting a credit card? If I have no credit, having no credit can be a hurdle to getting a credit card, but not a barrier. You shouldn't expect to qualify for a top-of-the-line travel card with hundreds of dollars in sign-up bonus rewards, but you can access cards for people with no credit. The types of credit cards you can get if you have no credit are usually secured, student, retail, or gas cards, and may come with above-average APRs and/or low credit limits. How to apply for credit cards with no credit. If you already have a savings or checking account with a bank or credit union, consider starting there when you begin your search. Often they can set you up with a secured card, which means you'll pay a deposit, sometimes as low as $49, for an initial credit limit. Putting down a higher security deposit may result in a higher credit limit. However, you might want to consider all options before making a final decision, especially since some student credit cards may not require a deposit at all. Applying online for a credit card may first involve pre-qualification, which uses a soft credit check that doesn't affect your credit. However, for final approval, you will go through a hard credit check, which will show up on your credit report. You'll need to provide standard information such as your full name, social security number, birthday, address, and income during the process. With a secured credit card, you'll need to make a security deposit to open the account. Your credit limit is usually equal to the deposit, and the deposit is held until you close the account or upgrade to an unsecured card. Making a deposit can be an obstacle to getting a credit card, but it may be worth it if you can't otherwise qualify. While each card has its own APR, some types of credit cards tend to have higher rates than others. Secured, store, and gas cards, the cards you might get with no credit, may have higher than average APRs, and student cards tend to be about average. These cards typically have lenient qualification requirements, which means you could be approved even if you don't have a credit history. Age can be a limiting factor, though. There are regulations on who can get a credit card and who can't, Richardson says. If you're a young person just turning 18 and you want to get a credit card, there are limits to what the issuer can do. If you're under 21, card issuers must confirm that you can pay back on your own at least the minimum monthly payment for the account. Secured installment loans through your bank or credit union can help build credit history much like a credit card. With this type of loan, you usually borrow between $300 and $1,000, but there's a catch. You don't actually get access to the money until you pay off the loan. This limits the risk to the lender. However, credit cards are important for credit scoring because, unlike installment loans, a credit card gives you free will, and you decide how much you want to charge and pay each month, says Rod Griffin, Senior Director of Public Education and Advocacy at the credit bureau Experian. That free will gives a bit more insight into how you manage credit generally and can help increase your scores a bit more quickly. Card number 1. Pedal 1. No annual fee. Visa. Credit card. The Pedal 1. No annual fee. Visa credit card is available to individuals with no credit, fair credit, or poor credit. It offers a $300 to $5,000 credit limit with no security deposit. Cardholders can earn 2% to 10% cash back on eligible purchases from select merchants. The card reports activity to all three major credit bureaus, and it carries an annual
Card number 2, OpenSky Secured Visa credit card. The OpenSky Secured Visa credit card is a secured credit card that doesn't require a credit check. To open the card, you must make a refundable security deposit from 200 to 3000, and the amount of the deposit sets your starting credit limit. Activity on the card is reported to all three major credit bureaus. The card charges a 35 annual fee and a foreign transaction fee of 3% of each transaction in US dollars. If you have fair credit and want to improve your score, the OpenSky Secured Visa credit card can help you do that. You'll receive a credit limit based on the size of your 200 to 3000 security deposit, giving you access to credit and an opportunity to demonstrate good credit usage. Keep your spending on the card below 30% of your credit limit and pay your balance in full and on time each month to see quick changes in your credit score. Once you've used your OpenSky Secured Visa Race credit card to build your credit score, you can graduate to an unsecured card, which may offer more cardholder benefits and ways to earn rewards. The OpenSky Secured Visa credit card can be a good choice if you want to build or rebuild credit, but has a relatively high minimum security deposit, charges an annual fee, and has no cardholder benefits. Consider no annual fee alternatives to the OpenSky Secured Visa credit card that can earn rewards, such as the Discover It Secured credit card. The Discover It Secured credit card has a 200 minimum security deposit like the OpenSky Secured Visa credit card, but has no annual fee and earns rewards. If you can manage multiple cards at once and still make your monthly payments on time for each card, having multiple secured cards may be a good way to keep your utilization rate low relative to your credit limit. Card number 3, US Bank Secured Visa R. Card designed for building or rebuilding credit history. The US Bank Secured Visa or ETH card is a secured credit card with a $0 annual fee. Cardholders must put down a minimum security deposit of $300 either online or by mail. The card offers benefits including free monthly TransUnion credit score access, zero fraud liability coverage, and fraud protection. It carries a 29.24% variable APR on purchases and balance transfers. A secured card like the US Bank Secured Visa card is meant to be a trial run to prove that you are responsible enough to have an unsecured credit card. To grow your score, make small purchases each month and pay your bill in full and on time.
Also, take advantage of the free credit score access and score simulator tool offered to cardholders through TransUnion's CreditView PM dashboard, so you can track your credit building progress. The US Bank Secured Visa card can be a good choice if you have fair credit and want to improve your credit score without paying an annual fee. Secured cards are a stepping stone to better credit products and opportunities, so you can boost your credit score if you make on-time payments with the US Bank Secured Visa TSR card. However, if you want to earn rewards or get meaningful cardholder benefits, alternatives such as the Discover It Secured credit card may be a better choice. Card number 3, Citi Secured MasterCard. The Citi Secured MasterCard is a secured credit card designed for people who are new to credit and want to build their credit history. This $0 annual fee card comes with PICOR credit score access and reports monthly to all three major credit bureaus, so you can build credit as long as you pay your bills on time and keep your balance low. Once you're approved, you have 14 days to provide a security deposit between $200 and $500 to open the account. The deposit is the same amount as the credit line you request. Citi will review your account within 18 months to determine whether you're eligible to have your deposit returned. The Citi Secured MasterCard is best used for credit building. It's a good idea to use the card for a small purchase or two each month, then pay your balance in full and on time every statement period. Citi will review your account within 18 months to determine whether you're eligible to have your deposit returned. At that point, you should consider upgrading to an unsecured credit card if your credit has improved enough to qualify. While the Citi secured MasterCard doesn't earn rewards, it's a good option for building credit when you don't have any credit history. But other secured cards may offer faster review periods or earn rewards. For example, the Discoverator secured credit card starts considering your account for an upgrade to an unsecured card at 7 months and earns cash back. The Capital One Platinum secured credit card will consider your account for a higher credit line in as little as 6 months, and your refundable security deposit can be as small as $49 to get a $200 initial credit line. Card number 4, the Secured Self Visa credit card. The Secured Self Visa credit card is